What up, B?
What up, Keyshawn?
Man, I ain't been up in this motherfucker so long.
What's up, baby? How you doing?
Man, good.
You good? You good?
Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm out here hanging at Raleigh Park in Gardena with my man, Brandon Jennings. We're gonna do a little bit of sit down. Brandon Jennings grew up in Compton, made it to the league his way. 2 years at Dominguez High School, 1 year at Oak Hill Academy back east, played a little bit overseas, and then became a lottery pick, and the rest has been history. What's up, B?
What's up, Keyshawn?
Man, glad to have you in my presence. It's been a long time. You been good? How's things been?
Man, life's been good, man. Second career is taking off. I can't complain.
How was it though, being in Compton, raised in Compton, and playing basketball and finding your way like some of the other great Dominguez High School basketball players?
Yeah, well, I grew up in a single-parent mother home. My dad passed when I was 8, so we moved around a lot. But living in Compton and going back from Compton to Gardena to my auntie's house, being able to be the ball boy for Dominguez when I was younger for Tyson Chandler. So Tyson Chandler was like my hero coming up because I was 11, 10 years old, following behind Tyson Chandler, rebounding for him and doing the things like that. So,
damn, Tyson that much older than you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Tyson's older than me.
How did it shape you though, growing up in a single parent household out of Compton, to just be able to, visualize and get the foresight to understand that this is what you want to do in life?
Well, at the age of 11, I was getting paid to do it. Mm-hmm. So, for me, I knew where my destiny was and I knew where I was going to be headed. But coming here at this park right here where we're at right now, Raleigh Park, Michael Cooper was my first basketball camp I've ever went to as an NBA player. So to be able to see Michael Cooper, he was like my hero growing up because, he came back to the hood and kids were able to see one of the Lakers play.
Who was some of your influential people that you grew up kind of watching, paying attention to, that helped you along the way?
I got to go Allen Iverson, and I got to go Kenny Anderson.
Dang, both of my running mates.
yeah, Kenny A.
Bubba Chuck was my boy. That was my guy.
Yeah.
Because we both came into the league, and we both got drafted in '96.
Oh, okay.
And so he signed with Reebok, I signed with Adidas, and Philly was right up the road, so we just was doing what we do,
Yeah.
And then Kenny, the same thing. Kenny was part of that whole East Coast crew. That's interesting. Both of them great guards as well.
Both
from
great guards. Both one's a lefty. The other one, AI, is like he's like the most influential to me out of any NBA player. So, yeah, those two.
So I've talked a lot to a lot of players that come out of this particular region. I don't want to just say, see, LA to me stretches beyond just South Central LA. Yes. Compton is a part of LA, Bellflower's a part of LA, Gardena's a part of LA. When you look at it, who do you think is the best basketball player, athlete to come out of LA? Now remember, I'm talking about a nice net. You casted a large net, not just Compton. We got Crenshaw, we got Mannion, Fremont. What else? Obviously Dominguez, Mater Dei. I guess we could throw a little Orange County in there if we want to.
Yeah. Are we just talking basketball?
Yeah, just basketball athletes. Because just as far as athlete, I'm number one, but I mean just basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Athlete-wise, Shea Cotton.
You know what's so crazy? When you mentioned Tayshaun,
yes.
I was gonna mention Shea Cotton.
Yes.
But then I'm like, well, maybe you so young. Shea Cotton had to be older than Tayshaun.
Yeah.
Right? He had to be older than Tayshaun.
Yeah, around the same age.
About the same age? Yeah, Shea Cotton was a monster.
Yeah, Shea Cotton. And I didn't see him play, but I heard a lot about him, and everybody kept saying like Shea Cotton.
Shea Cotton was him from the time he was probably 11 years old, man.
Oh yeah, then yeah, he's the one.
No, he was like the guy, but I guess he just could never really put it all together. You know what I'm saying? The bouncing around and the moving. He got caught up in that whole AAU circuit and just doing that. But he, as far as a player, yeah, I would say, now obviously I'm a little older than you. Okay. So there's people that go all the way back like Marcus Johnson. Marcus Johnson was like the guy. Big John Williams was the guy. Okay. Big John was probably, I didn't see Marcus Johnson play in high school, but I saw Big John play in high school at Crenshaw. And he, to me, there's another dude from Marion Arts named Dwayne Poley.
I heard, yeah.
That was ridiculous too.
They say he had like a crazy,
he changed the light bulb.
Yeah.
Dude, crazy bunnies, you know. But it's a bunch of them, and then obviously people like you, Brandon Jennings, you know, is as far as guard play go.
Oh, as far as guard play, yeah, I don't.
Yeah, as far as guard play,
I don't think nobody. No.
Yeah, as far as guard play, it's just you.
Yeah,
it ain't even close.
No, that's not even close. No, nobody's touching me.
I didn't think so. No. When you think about guys like Paul Pierce, Baron Davis, BD was cold, crazy thing. And so I got a chance to watch BD play in high school. He was playing in the Martin Luther King Classic at Pauley Pavilion.
Okay.
And I go with my agent. My agent was a basketball agent. So I go with my agent, I'm sitting courtside, and I'm looking, and he's telling me that dude gonna be the #1 pick. BD every bit of 5'10", maybe 5'10", looked like to me he was about 250 pounds at 5'10", you know, because he's a little chubby or whatever. And he kept telling me, that's gonna be the #1 pick. And I kept telling him, man, you don't know what the hell you talking about.
Yeah.
That dude ain't going to the NBA.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at Jason and Jared Collins, he's playing against them, and they both, you know, they might be 6'9" at the time in high school.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at tall.
Jason Collins.
Yeah, Jason and Jared. And they kept telling me, he kept telling me that Baron Davis was gonna be the one, right? I'm like, I don't see it. But that just goes to show you I don't know talent when I see it, you know? But I knew you. That was key for everything. So when you look back at your career, just here in Los Angeles, before you went to Oak Hill, did you get everything out of it at Dominguez you wanted to?
No, because I had just turned 16, so I was just becoming who Brandon Jennings was going to become. So they just got a little taste of it. Then when I transferred and went to Oak Hill, then it was time to take over and show the whole world that it was a California guard that's the best player ever.
Why make the decision to leave a prominent program like Dominguez to go back east to go to Oak Hill Academy?
Because the competition to me in high school at that time was not good. It wasn't that good. And I loved the challenge, and I felt like Oak Hill definitely was able to provide that for me. Steve Smith, everybody that came out from Melo to Steven Jackson to Rondo to Josh Smith and so on, all the greats, Kevin Durant, they all went there. So I wanted to be with the best.
So when you look back at it, you 16, you say?
You're 16.
So when you're 16 years old, you go to your mom and whoever else that was part of the family, you say, I want to go to Virginia. It's Virginia, right?
Yeah, Virginia.
Yeah, I want to go to Virginia and play.
Mountain Wilson, Virginia.
Huh?
Mountain Wilson, Virginia.
Mountain? I don't even know where that's at.
Right.
You'll never go back there unless you visit it real quick.
Yes. Yeah.
What did you say to
I just felt like, at that time I was getting everything I wanted. I was 16, I was, a top player, you're getting everything you want, and I needed structure.
Yeah.
I needed structure in my life, not having a father figure, I need to learn how to clean my own room, wash my own clothes, and, become a man. So, those 2 years really helped me just become, a better basketball player and a better person.
When you made a decision to skip college and go overseas, and then to the NBA, how did you factor things into that decision?
Well, for one, I couldn't pass the SAT.
What happens?
So it was a decision that I needed to make.
Should have called me, though. I had a cold hookup back then.
So Michael Thompson's, Klay Thompson's dad, and Sonny Vaccaro, they were on the radio show talking about, why don't kids skip out on college and make the NCAA pay, go overseas, or just sit out for a year? So then I called Sonny. Sonny got everything together with my agent, Bill Duffy, at the time. Ended up going to Vegas, working out for a couple overseas teams. I got picked up. Next thing you know, I'm about to be on a trip I'm on my way to Rome, Italy to sign a contract, and then I come back home and I sign a contract with Under Armour. Yeah,
because you was the first high school, I don't want to call it high school, but American-born player to skip college and go play overseas, right?
Yes.
It wasn't like balls and none of them. You did that.
Yeah, I did it first. Yeah, I was the first one.
Did you enjoy it?
I loved it. I
like
love it.
smoking cigarettes and shit in the gym and all that?
Nah, but just the life experience though. Like I was able to take my mom and brother.
Yeah.
My brother was in the 8th grade at that time, so he went to a school. My mom was there, so I had to.
So they lived over there with you?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
Yes, so they lived for the whole year, the whole 10 months. I was able to travel 7 different countries. I played against Travis Best, Errol Boykins. I was really hyped to play against Travis Best because he got game. Ricky Rubio, I saw him earlier, and just being able to be a professional. Like my whole dream was to come out of high school and go to the NBA. So get a chance to go overseas, it was. And
you can't speak a lick of Italian.
Meze.
No, I get it, man. So when you look back now, right? So just like I do, I came up before you, but before NIL. What would it be right now? Because I know what they couldn't even afford me from an NIL standpoint.
Yeah. See, I think even with the NIL money, I think I'm still going overseas.
Really?
Regardless, because I want to be a professional.
Yeah.
Like my whole goal was to.
But you're a professional because you're getting paid though.
Yeah,
right?
but I'm a professional athlete, like because I'm labeled like the college route. You're still not a professional athlete. You're just a college player. To me,
even if you're getting paid, you don't look at it that way.
No, you still got to go to school. You still got to do like I want to be able to dial in and just play just strictly basketball every day. So.
Well, that program works for some that could, some of them one and dones. That program, I always tell Kyrie, man, you didn't even see Duke's library. You had no idea. You was on campus for like a couple months and then that was it.
Yeah, 11 games.
11 games, and that's a professional thing. It would be interesting to see though, if in fact the NIL was in place with guys like you was coming out, what that would look like. I mean, I know a lot of guys like Paul. Paul went all the way to Kansas, passed over everything else. Yeah. For NIL money that was illegal back then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Getting it under the table. A lot of dudes was doing that, and rightfully so, but what would it look like today, though, for Brandon Jennings?
5 to 7 million for 1 year?
That might be light, though.
No, just 1 year. I'm out in 3 months.
No, I know, but that still might be light. That might be light. I bet you could probably, because you got a little bit of personality and a certain look. You know what I'm saying? So I bet you could get a dime out of them.
See, but the football players get all the money.
No, not at the Blue Bloods. You wasn't going to Santa Barbara. You was going to a Blue Blood.
I mean, I was on my way to Arizona, but then Luke Olsen.
That was a Blue Blood, though.
Yeah.
Arizona's a Blue Blood. They got national championships, too.
Yeah, but Luke Olsen had retired. It was
did he?
Yeah, he retired at that time. It was a lot.
Who was the coach? No, wasn't Sean Miller wasn't the coach, right?
I don't think, no.
Who would have been like, I'm trying to think, who was playing there at the time?
It was Gerald Bayless.
Okay.
It was Jordan Hill, and it was Chase Budinger.
Where's Chase Budinger?
He was at the Olympics. He was doing the Olympics for the volleyball this year.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I was wondering what happened to him.
Yeah, he was a better volleyball player than basketball player.
Did you play on any AAU teams with any of these guys?
Yes, me and Chase Budinger.
That's what I thought.
Me, Chase Budinger, Kevin Love. We played for SCA.
That's what I thought.
Me, DeMar DeRozan, we played for South Coast All-Stars. That was out in Orange County when we were younger. So yeah, I played with a bunch of guys.
Give me your top 5 players that never went to college.
Top 5 NBA players that never went to college? Well, I'm going to say myself. I'm going to say LaMelo Ball. I'm going to say LeBron James. I'm going to say Kobe Bryant. And I'm going to say Dwight Howard. So
you missing a couple, but that's all right. You missing Tyson Chandler.
Tyson Chandler, too.
KG. KG was the first, I think, right? Outside of Moses Malone. In our time frame, in the modern era, I think he was the first one to do it.
Yeah, Tyson Chandler. I'm putting Tyson Chandler in there.
Tracy McGrady. How you forget Tracy?
Tracy McGrady.
Stout.
Lou Williams.
Yeah, Lou.
Monte Ellis.
Stoudemire was there.
J.R. Smith. It's a lot of guys.
No, it's a lot. But the top 5 is hard to, when you got all the top dudes, that can go. I don't know how y'all able to handle it at such a young age to be able to go from high school to the NBA at 18, 19 years old and still be able to contribute at a high level. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just the strength and everything. Because when I was coming out of high school, there's no football players that really, because of the strength.
Yeah.
Dudes is just so big and whatnot. But we floated the idea of me going for 2 years to Canada to play football rather than go to college. And so we thought about it. I'm like, nah, these dudes up here, they got full beards and car seats and babies and shit. They ain't having it.
See, but the thing with us with basketball, we play up our whole life. So, AAU, when I was with SCA, I was in the 9th grade playing on the top 17 and under team. So my whole upbringing was always playing up. So by the time I got 18, it was, oh yeah, it's time to go.
So when you decided to declare for the NBA draft in 2009, you wind up being the 10th selection.
Yeah.
By the Milwaukee Bucks. What was that experience like?
Oh, that was great. Just getting picked 10th, just getting picked lottery because, the whole decision that I made to go overseas and skip college, I was getting killed. Everybody from the NCAA to everybody from the media just saying who this kid think he is, like he doesn't need a college education. And, the whole thing I'm looking at it is I got a chance to change the game.
Yeah.
I got a chance to, do something big that I don't even know, during the time, but I knew it was going to be big someday. And, it got me to 10th, because of everything I learned overseas.
So you really wanted to go to the Knicks and be in New York.
Yeah.
But you was drafted by Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Rumor has it you showed up late to the draft.
Yeah, I
Is
did.
that on purpose or was just your Rolex wasn't working at that time?
Nah, they was just saying that. They was saying because I was talking my shit. I was talking.
Yeah, it's okay.
I was being competitive. So, I was calling a couple guys out, and I guess they didn't like that early. So, it kind of rubbed people the wrong way a little bit. So they were saying I wasn't gonna go lottery. So instead, I just went to Soho and went shopping. And then when they called me, they was like, "Oh, you about to get picked?" So then I had to rush to the draft.
And not rush to the draft. Shit. I mean, y'all pick me. If not,
And then David Stern, he was so cool. He was in the back. He was just like, "Yo, well, the 13th pick ain't here, so I'm gonna just bring you back." And then that's when he just brought me through the back, and it was cool.
What was the transition like coming from the Euro League and playing in the NBA? Because obviously rules are different. The court dimensions is slightly different. What was that like?
Euro League is more team basketball. There's a lot of teaching and a lot of practice. But when I got to the NBA, the only difference was that I was actually playing. So now I was really in my mode, and I could actually do, what I wanted to do.
They wasn't playing you in Europe though as much?
No, I only played.
They got all them old dudes over there, huh?
Yeah, I only played like maybe 10, 12 minutes. So, but it was a learning experience.
Yeah.
The thing is, I came back with all the knowledge of, knowing how to come off a pick and roll, and I spent the whole year up in Europe. So,
what was the locker room like in NBA for you? What type of locker room guy were you?
I was a cool locker room. I was quiet at first. Michael Redd, I came in. Michael Redd was a good vet. I came and learned a lot from him. Kurt Thomas was my vet. Jerry Stackhouse was my vet coming in my rookie year. Scott Skiles was my coach. So I had a lot of I had a lot of vets that didn't play. Yeah. So, it was more like, all right, young fella, like, let's get back tomorrow, go get my donuts, go get my newspaper. I don't care about you scoring 55. I don't care about you doing none of that. Go be a rook.
Well, you dropped 55 in 3 quarters. It was against Steph and the Golden State Warriors.
Yes, it was. Yes. Man, that was just one of those nights. But just that whole year was great for me.
Yeah.
Like coming from Europe, everybody was doubting me, saying that it wasn't going to work. I was going to be home in 5 months. Then to get drafted, start for the Milwaukee Bucks, play all 82 games and get to the playoffs. I couldn't ask for a better rookie year.
So let's talk about your relationship with Steph Curry for a second. You guys came in the league around the same time.
Yeah.
You are actually collabing with him on some things together. How's that relationship and that collab going?
We came together, we donated this beautiful basketball court to the community where I grew up at. And, it's been great, man. A lot of kids been coming through and, just building for the future. We've just been keeping our relationship throughout the years. If you ever see Steph, he's always wearing a tough crowd. I'm always wearing his shoes when I'm hooping. So it's like a family thing.
Why is it so important to you to give back to the Gardena area?
It's because I look at how Michael Cooper came back, right? He gave us time. And I think if you just give your time, if you give, to the kids, it's going to come back 10 times for you. So, and one thing I love giving back to the kids, to the community. I was a kid that didn't have a father figure and, was trying to make my way and find my way. And I know there's kids out here like that. So everything I've learned in my life and everything that I've gotten from this game, it's important that I give it back.
So when you talk about the relationship with Under Armour, people talk about Steph Curry.
Yeah.
As the Under Armour face, but you actually was the first basketball athlete to sign with Under Armour.
Yes,
Kevin Plank.
Yeah, the first signature athlete too.
The first signature one.
Yes.
How did that go?
Man, I was nervous. I was 18. You know, I didn't know. Like, first of all, when Sonny Vaccaro brought it up to me, he was like, "Yeah, what do you think about Under Armour?" I was like, "Under Armour, like we protect this house, like the football guy, like Big E." He was like, "Yeah, they want to start basketball." I was like, "I don't know." Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just saying, I'm a Nike kid. I'm this and that. And we sat down in that meeting with Sonny Vaccaro, Bill Duffy, and Kevin Plank, and they just had everything I wanted. Like, they were going to give me my signature line. They were going to follow me the whole year. What I was doing was very unique and different. And, you know, them signing me just led to, you know, getting Steph Curry.
When you look back, where are some of your key mentors you had when you played in the NBA that was actually on the floors with you?
Man, I'm going to have to go Michael Redd. I'm going to have to go Kurt Thomas. And I learned a lot from Stan Van Gundy. Like my coach, Stan Van Gundy, and Scott Skiles. Both of those coaches were definitely mentors for me and actually helped me out a lot. I just happened to get hurt. But I know for sure if I don't get hurt and turn my Achilles in Detroit with Stan Van Gundy, Brandon Jennings is still in the league.
So who you consider? I know you think Kobe. You consider Kobe as the GOAT, right, of all time?
Yeah, Kobe.
No MJ, no LBJ.
No, and it's not that I don't like know who Michael Jordan. I was just 8 years old, so me being a kid and being 12, 13, being able to feel the moments of Kobe Bryant, you know, winning championships at the Staples Center and being a part of that just hit home and just hit different for me.
Well, I guess, yeah, LA kid, and you know, growing up in the, I don't know, it's like when I start talking about the GOATs of basketball and stuff like that, or even football, when they go to Tom Brady, I don't count the championship rings like that, because I try to enjoy them all.
Yeah.
Like Michael, growing up, obviously much like you and Kobe, I idolized Mike. Nothing was wrong with my knee, but I wore a knee sleeve. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know, and
yeah, I must say I had the baby fro.
Chewing gum and doing the whole thing. But it's hard to separate him from Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and I can't start talking about the GOATs until you address that one, right? You start off there, and so I kind of like, Kobe, like me and Kobe, we shot our first commercial together. He taught me how to sign my autograph. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, all that. So it's kind of like, Annie LA, I'm like, I just be quiet when people start talking about GOAT. I'm like, I know we're gonna say Michael, and we're gonna say LeBron, Kobe, you know. But let's not forget about the Cap, because the Cap certainly won at every single level.
I just try to stay in my age range. Yeah. In my age range. You know, I don't want to, you know, go too far back.
Step out
Let
there.
me just stay what I know.
So your career kind of went in a different path. You mentioned the injury back in 2015 and tearing your Achilles. How do you think that injury changed your perspective in your career?
Man, that injury was a blessing.
Yeah.
Because I needed to understand who I was and who was around me. I went through a lot of different things in my life, mentally, emotionally, you know, physically, everything. And, you know, being able to take a trip to China. When I took a trip to China, I played basketball in China for a minute. That actually opened up my eyes to my second career, and that was Tough Crowd. So it was a blessing, and it was something that I felt like that, you know, I knew that once I'm done playing basketball, you know, this is up next for me.
Was you over there with Steph Marbury?
I played Steph Marbury his last year, and he was a god there.
No.
You know, he was like, it was a preseason game we played. It was like probably 10,000 people in there. Everybody just in there. When he walked out, everybody started standing and giving him applause like he was like God. I was like, yo, this is crazy.
I played with him. I was on his team in a pickup, because we play at the Gua Rec Center. We used to play at the Gua Rec Center with everybody from Chris Mulley to B. Russ to Mitch, Richmond, Mark Jackson, Steph, you know, Reggie Miller, everybody. And I was on his team, and I was running the wing, and I'm on the fast break. And so I'm there, I'm waiting, and I'm running side by side with him. But then all of a sudden, this dude just accelerated from like the top of the key and was already at the cup. I'm like, you know, I'm waiting for him to kick it.
Yeah.
But shit was crazy how fast he went and jumped to the cup. And I'm like, dude, like at this point, he had to be mid to late 30s. Had to be. Because he was in China at this point in time. He had just come back from being over there, and he was just in the area hanging out and whatnot. I was like, damn. I mean, most of them dudes, they shoot from out here. They ain't running up and down the floor. They getting it, shooting, doing what they do. But I could only imagine him in his prime in the NBA and doing work the way that he did it. Got to be crazy. So outside of hooping and building your own brand, you also found a voice with Gils Arena's podcast. How's that been going for you?
Oh, that's been great. We've been killing it, man. 4 days a week. Shout out Gils Arena, Underdog, everybody there. Man, no, it's been great. It's like open therapy for me. It's been able to tell my stories, been able to talk about the game, still be involved with the game, been able to promote my brand also on the platform. So it's just been great. It's been different, but it's that second career, and I'm loving it.
So you're probably more famous now than you were as a basketball player, just because, it didn't go the way we wanted it to go, so to speak. What would you say now, if you had the podcast about Brandon Jennings, the player, what would you say about that now?
I probably wouldn't have it.
You wouldn't have it?
No, I wouldn't have a podcast.
But everybody got podcasts. Players, and Draymond, he goes, and everybody got it.
Yeah, but I wouldn't, because I like to be a co-host, so I wouldn't want to have my own show.
You want to be you just want to be on the let the pilot, you're gonna be the co-pilot.
Yeah, I'm gonna just sit here, look fly, talk a little smack basketball, and do my thing.
So if you was the co-pilot on the podcast talking about Brandon Jennings, what would you say?
Man, he's hostile. He don't stop. He's just hostile.
So you mentioned Michael Cooper as a mentor growing up and coming to his camps. And
woo! Let's go, baby! It's camp time! It's camp time in here! Let's go, baby! Just when you thought it was safe to come outside to Raleigh Park and play basketball, Coach shows up. Yeah.
So, Coop, sitting here right now with Brandon, knowing he came through your camp here at Raleigh, what's going through your mind? Like, what goes through your mind when you see this right here?
You know what? What goes through my mind is there's always a message when you give camps and do things, and you want some of the kids, if not one of all of them, to adhere to your message. So I like to think, and my message for the kids at that time was Coop's 5 Ds: the determination, dedication, desire, discipline, decision-making. And you try to keep harping it the whole week or the time that you're there. And it's good to know that it sunk in right there.
So what does it mean personally, though, knowing that you was a coach, a mentor, to just kids in general, but now here's one of your own giving back to his community and follow your lead from many years ago?
Okay, that's what life's all about. When we're able to achieve a certain type of status where a small percentage of kids get an opportunity to play in the NBA, and you want to give back, and when you come back into the community, the hood, places like that, and somebody is able to grasp hold of that and take it to the next level. It's a feeling that he feels like he's one of my kids. I have 4 kids. And you know what, when somebody, and Brandon's not the only one, I have another young lady in Albuquerque who kind of did the same thing. She didn't reach that height, but she was able to become a doctor, use the things that we talked about through sports, and was able to do something, and now she's giving back. So that's what it's about to me as an athlete. If you can achieve that status, whether it's an NBA, overseas, if you can do something for your community, whether it's spending your finances or giving your time, those are 2 most important things, because there are kids coming behind us, and they need that role model as we had role models.
So you really haven't left Los Angeles area, basically Pasadena. Well, obviously New Mexico, you went to Mexico, but back here, you coached at Culver City High, you coached the Sparks, I'm trying to think where else, USC women's basketball, and now you over at Cal State LA with my man Daryl Gross as an athletic director. Now, D. Gross is funny. When you look back at just your time in LA spent both in high school and college, you go away, you come back, but your whole professional career has been here in LA. How did this shape you to be able to understand that you got to give back to the communities?
Well, as I said, the people that came before you that didn't have much, but they gave a lot of their time and whatever finances they had is the benchmark for me. And that made me want to give back. My grandmother was very religious. I grew up in a big family. My immediate family was my brother and my mother. But I grew up with my grandmother and not that family. So it was all about family and the community. And I think that's what we're lacking in today's world for our kids, is that community, that sense of togetherness. If you messed up down the street, Mrs. Smith got you, Miss Williams got you,
Man.
and then you got home, then your grandmama got you or your mother got you. So that's what it's about. So when you get a chance to come into communities like Gardena and to reach out and touch people like Brandon and kind of like spread that infectious love and that infectious commitment to community, it's his turn to take the torch and run with it and spread it. And so for me, it's a great feeling. I just feel like I'm doing my job because I was given a special gift, and now I'm passing that gift on.
So both of you, when we typically speak Los Angeles basketball, both of your names often come up, right, Brandon and Coop? I mean, I can remember as a kid, Showtime Lakers, the whole deal, being at the Great Western Forum. You don't know nothing about that. Walking up to the Great Western Forum after the game, going into the Forum Club. I should have been in there at the time, but Buck had me in there, but that's a whole nother conversation. What does it mean to you guys from a legacy standpoint, and how do you feel knowing that, one, you a part of this, two, you a part of it?
I just love the fact that I had good mentors. Like I said, like Michael Cooper coming through here, I wanted to be just like him. Like I wanted to do something for my community, just like he did. And then now that I got kids, now that I'm doing this, I got young kids coming up to me. Now I can't wait to do it next. Like I can't wait to get back to my community. So it just shows that the game of basketball, man, it just helps us grow in so many different ways in life. Like you said, everybody's not going to make it, but the game of basketball just opens up your eyes to everything in life. And it could be giving back to your community, starting, your second career, being in the media and things like that. So it just brings a lot out.
And the community is about giving. And you know what? Many of us don't come up with that silver spoon. So you got to work hard and you got to find your outage. And you know what? It's a good thing and a bad thing that we're able to get basketball, but when you take basketball, and I always tell kids this, use basketball before it uses you. And if you do that, that means get you an education, do all the things necessary to get to the top of your game, no matter where it is, but get to the top, and then filter that back down. And I think for me, that's the biggest thing. And, the Lord Jesus Christ is my higher power, and I always believe he puts me in situations, and I really do believe he put me in a situation to where I could say things to kids that their parents normally would say to them that they don't. I have a son, actually 3 sons. My youngest son now, I would tell him things when he was like 8 or 9, and he'd go, "Dad, do Kobe do that?" Talking about Kobe, this is your father, man. I said, well, you start making Kobe Bryant money, you can do what you want to, so take the trash out. So it's situations like that we're able to get out and help some of the parents, the single parent homes and some of the parents, because their kids are listening to us. They own that 2K, they own their phone, they're listening to what's going on in the sports world. So that I don't want to say it's our job, but I think we owe something back to the community and to the young people in our community.
So I want to ask you this, there's many people in basketball now will call you the old head. What you think about the game today in the NBA and the attitude?
The attitudes are a little different. The game has changed a little bit, but it's supposed to do that, because the game was different from in the 60s and 70s when we watched, when the 80s came, and you always have to say Bird and Magic. You can't say one without the other. They took this game to another level, and I'm just glad to be on that ride to do what I could. But the game now it's a scoring game. It's an offensive game. I don't say I was struggling in today's game. This young man here would do extremely well in today's game.
No, you would be a 3-and-D guy.
I'm about to say,
you're a 3-and-D.
So, but it has changed, and it's about shooting threes. But, the way they shoot them now, man. Keyshawn, we were talking about this the other day. In 1984, there was an NBA game, 85. We took the total amount of three-pointers in the game. We were playing the Celtics for 4 3-point shots.
Celtics had 65 the other day.
Thank you. So that's what I'm saying.
63 or 65, one of them.
So it's a perimeter game, and the league is like that, but I think the European, and Norm Nixon always says this, as the Europeans came over, we thought that we would influence them. They influenced our game. And that's the biggest difference. But you know what? I love it. I expect the next change is going to be the 4-point shot. I think that's because these players are shooting from way out here, so you might as well give them an extra point for doing it because these guys are shooting logo shots now. Key, they shoot from out
No,
here.
I know. I tried it.
What do you think about
I
the
hit my
defense?
arm now. What?
So what do you think about the defense?
I think there are some players that play defense, and if you look at the people or the teams that play defense, those are successful teams. OKC, people look at them as an offensive team. They're really a very sound defense. Warriors, when they were winning their championship, Draymond Green was key in that. So if you're going to live by the three, you're going to die by the three, but you got to have some defense with that.
Yeah,
three.
in Boston, they got a nice D too, though. They I like their, you got Derek White over there and then Jalen. Drew Holiday. Yeah, so I think the D, you're probably right.
And you look at the Cavs. They're a very solid defensive team. So I hate Boston, and I'm going to say this out loud on the camera. I think the Cavs are going to beat them, so we don't have to worry about them ugly Celtics, but that's just my personal opinion.
I'm going to ask both of you this question. Your welcome to the league moment. What was yours, Brandon?
Playing against Chauncey Billups. And Chauncey, and I had seen Chauncey. We had played Chauncey earlier in the season, and I gave him like 32 and 9. And when I saw him back, and this is how I started knowing that guys in the NBA, they remember. Like, they remember things. So, I'm thinking, all right, we about to go to Denver, it's about to be the same thing. Chauncey Billups say, I check in the game, he said, oh no, right to the post, 2 fouls, go sit down. That was
my welcome to the league moment was I was playing against Utah Jazz and Ron Boone. He had been with the Lakers, and because we were a new team coming in the 80s, he got traded. So the first time we're playing up in Salt Lake, I'm a young guy, I'm out there, got the basketball from Magic, and I passed it. And I was cutting to the basket, and I scored on him. The next time I got the ball, I passed it, got ready to cut, he hit me right in the chest, hard as he could, knocked the wind out of me. He goes, welcome to the NBA, MF. And I realized that it wasn't a game no more. It was serious business. But that shook me up.
Is there a certain highlight that you see of yourself where you just like, man, I don't know, like the opponent did this to me, whether you fell down or he knocked down the three on you, you got...
Can I answer that first, Brandon?
Yeah, go ahead.
My highlight?
I know,
Dr. J. I knew you were going to say that. Dr. J. You know what, Dr. J.
This one right here? No, cool.
Well, listen, the only reason I did that was so I wouldn't hit my head.
On the backboard. No, I know.
But you know what? Key, had I been able to get up and get turned, that would have been the greatest block you ever saw. But
yeah, I don't know if you'd have got that, though.
Ifs and ands were buts, we wouldn't.
I'm saying because when he rocked it, I don't know. Have you seen that one?
Yeah, you've seen it. Everybody's seen that. The only good thing, listen, the only good thing about it, Key, is they can't show that nationally unless they call and ask me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you good then. You got one?
What, somebody, a highlight on me?
Yeah.
Yeah, Derrick Rose hitting the game winner in Milwaukee.
Ooh.
Yeah. Knocked it down.
Were you right there?
Yeah, I was right. Good defense, just better off.
It was a soft close.
Yeah, he did the crossover, and then, his setback fading away, and he was just running back like that. I was just like, and my son was sitting there courtside.
Ain't that the worst feeling when your kids
I'm like, my son don't even know.
That's what my kids say, Daddy, why don't you just get out of the way?
Because I couldn't. Yeah. That's why.
If I'm going to get dunked on, it might as well be by the best. You'll never see a scrub dunk on me.
No, that though, you couldn't do nothing about that though, Coop, man. That's a fast break. And
you know what?
You tried to come from the other side and just wasn't
If I could
happen.
have got up in the air before him, that would have been the greatest block of all
I remember
time.
watching that like it was yesterday. Hey, man, I really appreciate both of y'all.
Oh, thank you, man.
Both,
thank
man.
you. Thank
Coop,
you.
always.
Key, listen,
Definitely.
I got one thing I would like us to do.
Uh-huh,
if
we
you
gonna
don't
do it.
mind, okay? Everybody stand up.
Okay.
Because we OGs, and ain't nobody like us.
We'll be trending now.
Now we can leave.